Hey y'all, it's me Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. So I've done 3 reading vlogs on this channel before. The first 2, which was my very first video, which was a vampire themed one, and then there's a random generator one. I did stop through the books and kind of critique as I went. Then the third one was for Girl on the Other Side. I had a lot of fun with that one. I read volumes 1 through 10 because 11 was not out at the time of me recording that. And instead of stopping in between because the manga was so quick and fast and was not text heavy, I did my thoughts at the end of each volume before I went on to the next. How I'll do this one, I'm not sure because I've read none of this before. I've seen the anime, absolutely love the anime. I talked about this in my end of the year tag that I've done this year. And I just plan on seeing how I feel. I'm not going to force myself to read the whole series if for some reason it doesn't work out for me in manga form. But hopefully it does, and I do eventually read the whole series, even though I'm not going to put a vlog of 37 or 38 volumes in one video. That is a very, very long video. But to make things easier on myself, I got the Colossal Edition of Attack on Titan. It has the first 5 in there. Hopefully, I enjoy all 5. It's also huge. It's huge. I get to enjoy the artwork more. And I actually have the second one checked out as well. And this is 6 through 10. So hopefully these are good enough that I just breeze through these pretty quickly. Obviously, I'm not going to do this all in one sitting. That would be extreme. But I just want to take you on the journey with me while I read the manga of the anime I liked so much. So, chapter, it says episode. Of course, there's cover art gallery, which is weird to be in that spot. But all of them say episode, except for there's a couple of side stories, which I find rather interesting. I thought it would say chapter. I've not read the original, so I don't know if it's normally like that. I don't know if side stories are at the end of the individual volumes, because I've seen some manga series do that. I don't like how that's basically in the spine though, but with it being this big, I guess it'll kind of happen, and my phone just keeps wanting to go out of focus. But I do think how nice these colored pages are. Well, hello. Yeah, there's a lot of, I was told there's a lot of colorful pages in this, in between chapters and stuff. Because, I actually look into buying this myself, but the reviews online basically was talking about issues like that, where everything's going into the spine was a normal problem, and I just didn't want to own a bunch of individual ones. And I didn't want to spend $60 if that's an issue, and 5 volumes are in a paperback. But this is from the library, so I don't mind. How big this is though looks so nice. I can really enjoy the art though. I will say that. I'm glad I got the bigger one for that reason. But yeah, that's just the beginning. Now I'm going to actually read. I kind of want to say I knew the anime started off basically with the Titan attacking instantly, and and Aaron's mom being 8. I didn't realize the manga, well, I mean, I didn't read the manga, but the manga starts off just like that, straight into action, and it's just dang, because sometimes, there might be a little stuff before it, to get the vibe, but no, it jumps straight into action just like the anime. And so far, I'm only on chapter 3, but it seems to be a pretty faithful adaptation, but there's a lot of chapters to go through, so this was the part in the anime that really sold me on the show. When Armin almost gets eaten and then Eren basically sacrifices himself. This was what really, really won me, I think. And I was like, okay, I have to keep watching because I mean, I've seen the anime. I know what happens. I know Eren becomes a Titan. And I'm fine with that. Like, normally I don't like resurrection tropes and stuff like that. But the way the series handles it, I really enjoy it. But yeah, like, it's interesting reading through this because it's really faithful so far. But, you know, sometimes when you reread things or rewatch things, you pick up on stuff you didn't pick up before. Since I've watched the anime so recently, it's kind of neat seeing like the foreshadowing in the language and stuff. Hey y'all, so I am about midway through the 3rd volume, somewhere around that. There's also like side stories and stuff to pad it out. And the side stories was interesting how they're in there. And you know, there's art. I'm at the point where Eren just kind of like became a Titan. And it's like the part where when he goes back, like, or he tries to turn a Titan into the 2nd time, and he just kind of does the cage thing instead of fully becoming a Titan, like in the anime. And it's like during, you know, their other attack where after they thought Eren died and all that. So far, I am amazed to how accurate the anime is to these first 3 volumes. I know at some point there's going to be some changes. I had a friend who read the manga and watched the anime and mentioned a couple of things, but so far it's pretty on the nose. I'm actually kind of impressed by it. I think I might be enjoying this more if I like read this then watched the anime instead of doing the reverse. But it will be okay. It will be okay. So yeah, I don't have too much to say because like, since it's so accurate, nothing's really new yet. But yeah, I'm not bored though, because I have thought about rewatching the anime, so it's almost like that, just in a different way. Okay guys, so I did another video like just now, and since this setup is how it is, that's why the vibe might be a little different than earlier parts of this video, but we're gonna be all right. So I finished this big boy, read all 5, read the side stories, looked at the random art in this, and let's talk about it. So I liked it. You know, I was talking about it as I was reading it. As I said, so far, at least these 5 volumes are super accurate to the anime. I know I've already said this, but I'm just saying it here. And I'm actually kind of impressed by it. I'm used to there being a lot more different stuff in it. I will say I was hoping for more background, maybe a slower pace than the anime. Get more into the characters that I already fell in love with because I absolutely love the anime. But this was actually faster paced in the anime in my opinion, but I think that's because I feel like they spent more time, just animating stuff, I guess. Elongates things, right? But I do not regret it and I do enjoy it. I do think I would have gotten more out of this if I read this first, then watched the anime. But I'm going to continue with the manga just because I love this franchise so far. I'm having a great time reading it, and no, I'm not binging it like all in one sitting, even though I read a large chunk in one sitting just because how fast paced all of this is. And it looks like each volume is 4 chapters, which is kind of short, but the chapters aren't like ridiculously short. So, every series does its own thing. I have 2 in there. I'm not going to start it today. I just finished this. But I'm having fun reading. I guess I read this in like 5 days because technically I spent 3 days reading it and I had 2 days in the middle where I was just too busy and I wanted to read something else on one of those days. But yeah, I enjoy this. I am going to definitely continue. The issue of it getting stuck in the spine kind of fixes in the middle, but then it just goes to the other side. I mentioned that was a fear that happened, but Can I be honest? I do not think this is worth $60, but if it's at your library or if you can get it real cheap, this is an easy way to consume it. And I just love how big everything is. You can see the art more and all that. It's just the spine, and some of the pages are kind of wonky. I don't think I recorded any of that, but some pages seem like they were tilted a little bit. This was hardback, and less was stuck in the spine, which I know a little bit can get stuck in the spine regardless, and I've seen other mangas do it, but for $60, especially when you can get the big Berserk one for a little cheaper, even though I know that's 3 volumes instead of 5. But like I said, you know, if you get it cheaper at the library, this is an easy way to go about it. You don't have to check out 5 individual volumes. But this would be uncomfortable if you wanted to, like, read in public. But at home, you know, if you get to sit on a bed or something and just not hold it, great, great. So I am definitely continuing on. I think I will end this video. If it go on the way I'm going, I think I'll end this video when I read 10, just because I don't want to do the entire series in one video. And I was thinking, there's 37 volumes. How do I want to divide it? If I actually read the whole thing, then I think I'll just do 3 or 4 videos. But this video, the only one that matters on this current day, I think I'm going to read to volume 10 just because everything's so fast-paced. And I don't have a whole lot to say about the individual stuff. So I'll see you when I start reading the other one. So I'm not gonna lie, I waited like 3 days before I started the second one. Not for any particular reason, it's just what happens. This is also the library's copy. And I know technically Hanji popped up at the end of the first Colossal edition, but it was like basically at the actual end. So she's so involved so far where I'm at. I haven't read a whole lot, but you know, I'm just happy I finally get to see my girl. She was literally my favorite character in the anime. And we're just kind of like where like Annie is turning into the Titan, and she's like she's not the first Titan, but like she's the first Titan after Eren, and they don't know it's Annie yet. And you know, I've seen the anime, so that's gonna be spoiler, but you know, their face kind of looks alike, you know, but yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. It's still fast-paced and just happy to see my girl. So I know I don't bring up art a whole lot. I do in the videos about American comics, but I haven't much in mangas, right? But in reality, like even if the art's kind of bad, as long as it's consistent, I'm usually good. And the only time I really care if it's bad is the original One Punch Man. But the art in this is kind of bad. It's worse than the anime, and that's a universal fact, basically, right? But I think some of this bad art makes it a little creepier. Or it seems like book 2 of the Colossal edition has to do with Annie and all this stuff, and they haven't met or know that's Annie yet. And Eren's fighting, and like look how creepy that is, but you can kind of tell like his neck's disjointed and stuff. You know, and you can just tell like the art's better than what I could do, but it's not the best art I've seen for sure. And just like this alone, it just looks so creepy. Okay, so excuse the way I look. I haven't been awake for more than an hour. And I know I go on here without makeup all the time, but I normally look a little bit more polished than this. So anyways, there is this character I forgot about, but seeing the character in this manga, my goodness, I remember how much I hated this character design in the anime. And he's not even a real character. There's no speaking lines, there's no real names, but the character design I hate so much. Like, look at him. He's like a mini Titan, I guess, because he's smaller than the rest, but he just makes me so uncomfortable, including in the anime. Like, in the anime, I complained constantly about this character design, and you know, he shows up often, like he's so memorable. And like, look, he's just, I don't know what it is about him compared to like the other like Titans, but just the way he looks bothers me so much, and I can't get over it, you know. And we're finally getting to the point where we're seeing this old dude. So if you've seen the anime or read the manga, you know how important this man gets. But yeah, like... Okay guys, as I've mentioned, every time I've done an outdoor video, I'm outside. There's gonna be outdoor noises. It just is what it is. So I finished the second Colossal edition of Attack on Titan. I haven't had as much to say on this one as the first one because the anime is so accurate to the manga. And I know I could keep talking, but when you kind of know what's happening and you remember almost the exact scenes with hardly any differences, it's kind of hard to be like, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. And as I mentioned in one of my clips, that I think the less pretty artwork does add some creepiness to it. You know, the anime does have sound, and someone like me, sound does a lot more than pictures half the time, but everybody's different. I think I'm gonna read the third and keep going, like the third Colossal edition, because my library has all the ones that are currently out. And when I get past the Colossal editions, then of course I'll go back to single, but it's just easier to get of a chunk of a book with 5 than it is to get 5 individual. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter, but for me it's just easier, you know, it's just like one book, keep like that instead of worrying about the others. So this one ends basically like with the, you know, the fight that happens after they find out who Annie is, and we see another special Titan, and you know, all these special Titans that are different, like the abnormal. I guess abnormal is the correct word, but you know, like the one with the steam and all that. I can't think of their terms. I guess Colossal Titans in there too. You know, they're wanting to get Eren, and they're realizing, oh, there is a lot more consciousness than just Eren or just Annie. There's actually a lot of these, which, you know, is what it is. And yeah, I kind of think I know where the third Colossal edition will be. So I know I mentioned I might record more Attack on Titan content. I'm unsure of it at the moment of me finishing this. I do definitely plan on finishing the manga series just because I love the anime so much, and I actually thought about rewatching the anime, and this is basically that without the sound. And thankfully the artwork stays consistent because animation studios and stuff like that, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves. But I am enjoying this, you know, and at the time of me recording this, the manga's finished, so I can see like the ending, which would be nice. And I even thought about maybe I could just wait till the anime's over, but I think I'm going to continue. But because of the time of the year, I got a trip coming up soon, and I got some other stuff I want to read. I'm a mood reader, so this could all be subject to change. I think I might wait a little bit before I pick up the third one, especially since I got like a 11-day trip coming up, and then, you know, it's Christmas and all that. But at my current mindset, that's not exactly, I think, what I want to do, so I might pick it back up in January. Like I said, that could change. If I record, you'll see a video. If I don't, whatever. The videos that I'm recording like this, I've been doing less Goodreads reviews, which I've never done like super elaborate ones anyways. But if I decide not to do a video, I will do a Goodreads review. So you can join me on there if you're into that. And guys, tell me what you thought about the manga versus the anime, vice versa. Either way, I would love to see what you think of this. And if you like reading vlogs, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.